Picture this, a sleek Manhattan boardroom, all glass and steel, the kind of place where power hangs thick in the air, and in walks Maya Thompson, a black woman with this quiet, unshakable confidence, like she's been through 100 rooms like this and come out on top every time. She's dressed simple, no flash, no designer labels, but her presence? It's electric. The suits around the table, a bunch of older white guys, size her up with these smug, skeptical looks, like she's wandered into the wrong place until their eyes snap to the guy at the head of the table, Richard Caldwell, the big-shot CEO of Apex Innovations, a tech giant everybody's heard of. Richard's got this reputation, you know, the kind of guy who thinks he can steamroll anyone with a smirk and a sharp word. And right now, he's leaning back, arms crossed, looking at Maya like she's some intern who got lost on her way to the coffee machine. "Good afternoon, Mr. Caldwell," Maya says, her voice smooth, steady, like she's greeting an old friend, and she offers her hand, professional, poised. Richard just stares at it, lets out this little scoff, and says, "I don't shake hands with assistants." The room goes dead quiet, like someone sucked the air out of it. A couple of the execs smirk, others shift in their seats, but Maya? She doesn't even blink. She lowers her hand, slow and deliberate, her eyes locked on Richard's, not a flicker of doubt, just this calm, piercing stare that says, "Oh, you have no idea who you're dealing with." See, Maya's no assistant, she's the CEO of Thompson Ventures, a firm sitting on $60 billion in assets, the kind of money that can make or break companies like Apex in a single afternoon. She's here to decide on a $5 billion investment, one Richard's been chasing for months, thinking it's in the bag. But Maya's not just here for numbers. She's got this thing about sniffing out a company's soul, how they treat people, how they operate when they think no one's watching. And Apex? It's been failing that test from the second she walked into their fancy lobby earlier that day, where the receptionist, some kid named Claire, gave her this look like she was there to clean the place, not meet the CEO. "You're here for the admin role, right?" Claire asked, barely hiding her smirk. Maya just smiled, said, "No, I've got a 10 a.m. with Mr. Caldwell," and watched Claire fumble, pointing her to a hard plastic chair in the corner instead of the VIP lounge. Now, back in the boardroom, Richard's still chuckling, like he's in on some private joke. "So, what's your role here, Ms. Thompson?" "Diversity consultant," he says, leaning forward, his voice dripping with sarcasm. The other execs laugh, feeding off his energy, but Maya doesn't flinch. She opens her sleek leather folder, every move deliberate, and says, "I'm here to decide whether Apex gets our $5 billion investment." Boom. The room freezes. Richard's smirk vanishes, his face going pale like he just got punched in the gut. The other guys look at each other, confused, like, "Wait, what?" You can almost hear Richard's brain scrambling. $5 billion? Her? No way. He tries to recover, forces a laugh, says, "You're joking, right? No one's handing that kind of power to someone like you." The room laughs again, but it's nervous now, uneasy. Maya just leans back, her face calm, almost serene, like she's watching a bad movie she already knows the ending to. She doesn't say a word, just lets Richard dig his own grave. And then, with this quiet, razor-sharp tone, she says, "You might want to check your facts, Mr. Caldwell. I don't play games with money or with people." What Richard doesn't know is that Maya's already seen enough. The snide receptionist, the cramped meeting room they stuck her in, the way Richard's assistant, Emily, barely looked at her when she let her in, it's all screaming the same thing. Apex is rotten at its core, a place where people like Richard think power means putting others down. So, while Richard's still rambling about Apex's groundbreaking tech, Maya slips her phone out, types one word execute, and hits send. That's all it takes. Across town, her CFO, James Carter, gets the message and sets the plan in motion. Within minutes, Thompson Ventures analysts start whispering to market insiders, dropping hints about concerns at Apex. Sell orders hit the stock market like a tidal wave, and Apex's shares start to tank 10% down in half an hour, then 15%, then worse. Back in the boardroom, Richard's still talking, oblivious, until his phone starts buzzing like crazy. Emily bursts in, white as a sheet, whispering something about the stock. Richard bolts out, leaving the execs scrambling, and Maya just sits there, jotting notes, cool as ice. In his office, Richard's staring at his screen, watching his company's value hemorrhage, millions gone in minutes. What the hell is happening? He yells, but deep down, he's starting to get it. He remembers Maya's face, her calm, and a sick feeling hits him. He's screwed up, big time. Fast forward a few hours, and Richard's at Thompson Ventures' office, tail between his legs, stammering out an apology. MS. Thompson, I messed up. Can we talk this out? Maya just looks at him, her gaze like steel. This isn't about apologies, Richard. It's about whether Apex can really change. You want our $5 billion? Then you open your books, make every salary transparent, hire fairly, and let an independent team audit your culture. No excuses, no half measures. Richard's jaw drops. You're trying to take my company, he snaps, but Maya doesn't budge. I'm trying to save it, she says. But only if you're worth saving. Richard's got no choice. The market's crashing, shareholders are furious, and that audio of his racist jab, yeah, Maya recorded it. And it's all over the internet now. Apex exposed trending like wildfire. The board meets, and by the end of the day, Richard's out, replaced by Sarah Mitchell, Apex's CFO, a no-nonsense woman who's been pushing for change for years. Sarah dives in, firing toxic execs, setting up diversity programs, and publishing every employee's pay to kill the wage gaps. Slowly, Apex starts to heal. Employees speak up, ideas flow, and the stock stabilizes. Maya watches it all, and when she's sure Sarah's for real, she greenlights the $5 billion, turning Apex into a poster child for what a company can be when it values people over egos. But Maya's not done. At a big finance conference, she drops a bombshell. Thompson Ventures won't fund any company that doesn't meet strict standards for fairness and transparency. The industry scrambles to keep up, and soon, other firms are copying her, rewriting their playbooks. Maya also starts a program to mentor young leaders from overlooked communities, giving them the tools to shake things up. Meanwhile, Richard's at home, scrolling through news of Apex's comeback, knowing he lost it all because he couldn't see past his own prejudice. Here's the thing. Maya didn't just win a fight, she started a movement. But what do you think? Should every company have to prove they're fair, or is that asking too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this story if it hit you, and let's keep talking about what real change looks like. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.